What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to talk about some pretty obvious news, but you know what? It's still news nonetheless, and ironically, it's the first news that we've ever had, I believe, on Marvel's Spider-Man 3. So it comes from Yuri Lowenthal himself, where he talks about Peter Parker and Spider-Man 3. He says, Peter is not gone. He will be a part of the next game, and he won't be relegated to the couch, I promise. And I believe that was it. Again, look, I will say this, though, because you look at the end of Spider-Man 2, and it wasn't that long ago, so I remember, having the discussions and having the videos. There were, I think, some genuine people that were kind of alarmed or kind of, unsure if maybe they really could just sideline Peter Parker for what's probably the final entry. Now, I never thought that myself personally. I always I think things have kind of changed inside Insomniac, and obviously, like, the leaks have given us, a look at what their kind of roadmap was. We didn't really know, when Spider-Man 2 came out, so the sky was kind of the limit. The odds at the time for me were like, okay, well, maybe you do another like Miles Morales type thing, and you kind of have some like separation where you truly have Peter taking a rest. And this is something that I think is going to actually be kind of interesting going into Spider-Man 3, because I don't think that's going to happen, right? So it really goes from Spider-Man 2, where he retires, and then there's going to be a gap in terms of like how long it was between Spider-Man 2 and then Spider-Man 3. 3 comes out. You imagine the game starts with him in retirement, and then you also imagine, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and all them, they come in, and then he has to unretire, right, and then jump back into being Spider-Man. I imagine that's it. I think that was always going to be it, but like I said, I think, at the time, it felt like, well, maybe they were going to have another game or something, and, they still kind of could, like the Venom thing, if that actually happens. I don't know. I mean, that's, you'd be playing as Venom, so I guess it's a little bit different, but just to kind of have like a spin-off type, like a Miles Morales type game in there to kind of separate it, so it's like, okay, you can actually tell within the universe there's been time that's passed, and now you're playing as somebody else. There's a story revolving around somebody else, and it's their story, right? So you kind of have Peter, literally on the sideline, and then he's able to come back. Right now, it was just the ending of Spider-Man 2, and then now in the beginning of Spider-Man 3, I imagine he comes back. So it is obvious. I think it's obvious to probably 90% of us, but again, to be fair, just in general, I mean, it is news, right? Because now you can formally say or officially say, okay, it's not going to be, just Miles or Miles and Silk, something like that. It's going to be probably all three of them. We'll see, but, at least Peter and Miles, you imagine, again. And for those that were, worried or scared or whatever, whatever word you want to use to describe it, because I think there were those people, right? Again, at the end of 2 saying, okay, was this really their way of just like pushing him aside and they'll never kind of let him come back? I don't think that was the right time. I think, he had one more entry in him at least, and it seems like he's going to get that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.